Hello, and welcome to a great fall afternoon. We do know that winter's coming, and we want to think about our friends who are outside this winter, our friends who are homeless. We know that this winter is going to be especially hard for folks because the places that they normally go to get inside and get warm, get dried out, are either closed or they will be open in a very restricted way. So a lot of folks will not be able to get in the way they used to. There's a really simple idea here, which is that the people who should be the best equipped to be outside for sustained periods of time are the people who are outside the most. And that's going to be our friends who are homeless this winter. So if you turn to or tune into a page on Facebook called the Intersect Community Needs page, you'll see this video and you'll see a lot of other tips and some ideas and an Amazon wish list, which will help folks who want to donate, who want to give well to people, get the best gear possible. If you're out and about and shopping and you just want to pick up items to give, that's also a good idea. And what I'm going to do right now is to show you a couple of tips for how to shop well, get good gear for folks who are going to need it and be outside a lot this winter. Let's start with socks. I have two socks here. One is a Smart Wool sock. Here we go. And the other is made by Carhartt. The important thing with socks is they have to be made out of mostly merino wool. Either all merino wool or a wool blend that's mostly merino wool. If you're in Walmart and you go to the hunting section, the Realtree brand sells a lot of socks, and you'll see wool blend on the shelf. And you just have to, if you're like me, you have to put your glasses on, but you have to look at the label and it'll say how much wool, what percentage of the sock is made of wool, and it needs to be at least 50% or more like 70 or 75%. Sometimes they go down as low as 13% or 10% or 5%. That's good for you and I if we're running in and out of indoors or out of our car, but if we're outside for really long periods of time, that's not going to be warm enough for your feet. The second thing we have here are hats. What's really important is that this is a Carhartt hat. This is about $20 in a store. The important thing is that it's fleece, and it's a Polartec fleece, so it blocks the wind. It also keeps things warm, keeps your head warm when it gets wet. So I should have said this at the beginning, but one of the important things about gear is that it should not have any cotton in it, because cotton, when it gets wet, doesn't dry out. So this hoodie is a really nice jersey hoodie, but if it gets wet, then it doesn't dry out very well, and it doesn't keep me warm while it's wet. So it's important that all the gear that we get doesn't have cotton in it. So the hats are examples of that. This is an EMS hat. It doesn't have to be very thick if it's the right material. So this is a fleece lined hat. It has a little bit of a water resistant surface on the outside. Gloves are similar. This is an Under Armour glove. I got this at Walmart. It just has a shell on the outside that's water resistant, and then it's a fleece lined glove on the inside. The important part of the gloves is that if they get wet, they have to stay warm. And so again, you don't want like a jersey cloth glove, or even like a knit glove isn't very good when it gets wet outside for a while. This is also a North Face glove. This is a more expensive glove, but it has a very good water-resistant shell on the outside of it. Again, if you go to the Facebook page, the Amazon wish list has some brands that are really good brands listed for you. You can just point and click and shop online that way. But if you're out in the store, these are the kinds of things to look for. I want to also look at long johns. If you're like me and you're as my age, you grew up on those the long johns that have the weave, they're cotton. They didn't keep us very warm, to be honest. We had to keep coming in the house and changing. These are also, it's called Polypro, which is a synthetic fabric. You can get these almost anywhere in any store, and you just need to make sure that they say Polypro or polyester on them, and they're good. But a layer underneath things is a really important piece of equipment. This is also one. This is a little bit more expensive. This is a heavier duty one, so this would be great in very cold weather. It also has a zip on it, so it goes up tight on the neck, so it keeps your neck warm, and it keeps your heat from escaping out of the top of your head. And then a coat. This is a Carhartt coat. It's a jersey feel, but it's water resistant, and it looks like cotton, but it's really made out of polyester. So it's a good fabric. The important thing about this coat is that it has a hood on it. It really makes a huge difference when you're outside and there's wind, that you have a hood that you can put up. So those are some tips around getting gear for folks. Again, thank you for your support. If you want more information, go to the Facebook page and check us out at Intersect Community Needs, and you'll get more information. You can talk in real time to other folks who are doing similar work. Thank you for your support.